I've been asked to show how I put mica powder on the moulds. So we're going to attempt to do it if I don't have another coughing fit. The first thing we're going to do is use the holographic powder from Charlotte Parkinson at the Resin Supplies Den. These are what I use, just regular makeup brushes from the pound shop or dollar store. And if it's intricate detail, I use these micro brushes. They're for your eyelashes, eyebrows, something like that. But they're cheap. You get 100 of them for less than £2, even on Amazon. So what I do is, depending on the size of the mould, today we're doing the gecko, I open my pot, and just as if I was painting makeup on my eyes, I dip in the brush, I take the mould, and I just literally brush it on. Now remember, with these powders, a little goes a long way. But if you do put too much on, you can just tip the excess out. It's not a problem. And just remember to take your time. It's not a rush. It may look like there's nothing happening, but it'll soon cover the moulds. Now what I do with the holographic is I normally put black or white behind for the best results. And yeah, there's a bit on the table, it's no problem, just get a baby wipe and wipe it off. I always keep a baby wipe and kitchen roll close by, because when you've used one colour and you need to change to another, you just take the kitchen roll and rub your brush on it until it's clean again. And if you're worried, you can go over it more than once, but as you will see, you probably won't need to. As you can see, I've not used a lot of powder here at all, and I'm just brushing it along, and as you can see, it's going on nicely. Now if you get the little intricate areas like the feet, that's where the micro brush comes in, because if the brush that you're using won't fit in, the micro brush will. Now just going into the head and making sure that I get all up this side as well. Now what I should do is put my brush there, take the micro brush, and with this excess I'll just clip it and go in to those feet to make sure I've got the feet as well. As I said, a little goes a long way, because just the excess powder I'm picking up on the micro brush to make sure it goes into those feet. When you're finished, get your kitchen roll, wipe your brushes on till it comes clear. So, a couple of minutes and that's now clear. You then put the lid on the powder, put it away. If there's any excess, you can tip it over the bin, or if you've got limited space, put it on the kitchen roll, you just wipe your brush on, tap out your excess, and there is that painted in the hollow. Later on I will mix the black or the white, put it in there, leave it to set for 24 hours and then show you the results. So that's that one. Now if you get a mould like, and you can use different size brushes, but if you get a mould like this snail, you're thinking, how am I going to get down there? You just turn it inside out, you pick your colour. We will go, we'll go copper, and you just open up your copper, do exactly what you did on the other one, dip your brush in, knock off your excess, because like I said, a little goes a long way. As you can see, there's not a lot on that brush, and remember, you can always get more. And then just go ahead and paint, just like we did before. And literally just paint the shell. If you need another dip, take another dip. And I'm doing it over the kitchen roll because it being round, yes, excess will fly off. But you know what? You can prick that up off the kitchen roll as well. So it won't go to waste. Any excess that falls on the kitchen roll, you can still use. You just brush it up and off you go. And you literally just continue painting until the whole shell is covered to your satisfaction. Now remember, if you're not good at doing this, you can mix the powder in with the resin and just pour it in. If you're worried about wanting two colours, you could do the head one day and the shell the next. And also remember that if you're using UV resin, the light has to be able to penetrate it. So if it's not a pale colour, you will have issues of it not setting because it likes sunlight. Now I hear you all say, that's that snail that's got the antennas, and you're right. And this is where your micro brush comes in. You just use this that's spilled, get your micro brush and go right down into the antenna. Or you can dip it into your jar again, down into the antenna. Until you think, oh, that's now covered. I can see inside that it's same colour as everything else, or whatever colour you've used. And then you turn it back the other way and just take your brush and just give it one last brush to make sure there's no fingerprints left. And yeah, it might be a bit messy, but you know what? This is makeup safe mica powder, so it's not going to hurt your skin. You put that away, you get your baby wipe, and you just give your hands a wipe. And then there's your second mould done. So you brush your brushes off until they're clean again. And then you take your kitchen roll, you fold it off, so the bits are trapped in there, and then you fold it off again and again, and you have a clean side to do your next one. And what you do is take your baby wipe, because remember, we've all got baby wipes lying around, so take your baby wipe and you clean, and then you go on to the next one. So I've showed you how to do a lizard in holographic. I've showed you how to do that snail in copper. Finally, I'm going to show you how I do. Let me just go with the baby wipe, because I don't want to get stuff on me. And I would recommend, if you have an apron, wear one or wear small clothes, because mica is fly away, because it's powder. So let's pick a colour. Oh no, let's go with yellow for my friend D. And you just again get your powder. We're using just a golden yellow. We're using a smaller brush. We're going to tip it in, tap the excess off. I like to brush mine on the side. Then literally again, we're going to get the mould, start by where the keyring hole will be, and just brush it on. And take your time, go as fast as you want, entirely up to you. As I said with this mica powder, a little goes a long way. You're just in there, I've only put 2 scoops in, and we're almost done. I have just put the 2 scoops. I'm using the excess now to go up the sides to make sure it's all covered. And if you need to get a bit more, you get a bit more. If you don't, you don't. I'm just going to go back around there, make sure we got all up the sides and get the tiniest amount to just make sure we're getting every nook and cranny, because there are a lot of dips in this. If you don't get them, it's a misnificus on the side, that's not a problem. Right, let's show you. Say, I don't know, this flips over here into this one and you don't want that. So what you do is you finish doing what you're doing, wipe off your brush, put your brushes away because you don't need them anymore. So we'll put them back in their tub. We'll put the lid on the powder so we don't knock it over. Put the powder away. If anybody is interested in what powders I am using, they are Ericot and they are from Amazon. There you go. So that's the powders I'm using, and the holographic is from Charlotte Parkinson at Resin Supplies Den. Now, with the end outside of the mould, if you're a bit worried, you can just get your baby wipe, go round, clean the excess off. It's not a problem. And go around this side and do the same. Now, we've got a bit there that's gone into the next mould, and if we're doing another colour, we don't want that there. So get one of your little micro brushes or one of your main brushes, wet it with a baby wipe and just go in and clean it up. That's with a micro brush. I will now show you with a normal brush. You just get your brush, wet it on the baby wipe, go in and literally take out the excess colour from that has spilled over, and there you go, you're done. It took 2 sprays and there we have a yellow self-defence keyring. So I hope, really hope that's helped you all. If you've liked the video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you need any of the products that was in the video, please let me know and I'll pass on the link. As I said, the holographic is £1 for a 5ml pot, and it is from Charlotte Parkinson at the Resin Supplies Den. I will link that down below. And as always, look after yourselves and each other. But for now, love, peace and harmony.